inactive. However, one thing I want to note with Tonkat is that the research is not well studied yet on the herb itself. We do know that the uricoma molecule is going to increase your testosterone like we went over, but also it has been found to cause liver damage in some studies. So it is still a relatively new herb, and we don't want to be taking a massive dose of it. So I personally take 500 milligrams because I only take one capsule, and it doesn't tell you the percentage of the uricoma, which usually supplements do. So it's kind of hard to tell. So we know that 200 to 1, that means that 200 grams of Tonkat was blended up into this to get 1 milligram of uricoma. I believe that's how it works. I could be wrong on that. It might be 200 to get 100 milligrams. I'm not too sure on that formulation, but I know that the uricoma, we usually have a percentage next to the milligrams. So if it says 2% and that's 1,000 milligrams, that would be uricoma is the molecule that we actually want. And the toxic amount we found is 5 milligrams of uricoma. So I'm gonna assume that this is gonna be 5 milligrams if I took 2 capsules. So I'm only gonna be taking 1. 2.5 milligrams should be a safer dose. A little bit of tribulus and this biurine, which is black pepper extract, which is going to turn off your liver enzymes and make it more bioavailable. So next up, we got ashwagandha. In particular, I use the Sensoro variant. There's multiple types of ashwagandha. I use this one, which takes up less bulk size in the capsule. So you might see ashwagandha supplements that range from anywhere to like 50 to 600 milligrams. And that's all because of whatever is, the word before your ashwagandha is the variant it is. So mine is Sensoril. And with this variant, you can use 125 milligrams is going to be the equivalent of 250 of the other variant. I don't have it on the top of my head. And there might be multiple forms of ashwagandha, but I just know with this one that it is pretty potent. So that's why it's at only 125 milligrams, which is relatively low compared to a lot of the other ashwagandha companies or supplements that I've seen. With ashwagandha, it downregulates cortisol, which in case you don't know is very inhibitory towards your gains and hormonal levels. But one thing I want to note is cortisol is a necessary hormone, and I don't want to completely rid of it. So I do cycle the hormone, or I cycle ashwagandha 5 days on, 2 days off. And by doing so, this keeps my cortisol levels in a relatively good range on average. Another note is that ashwagandha does have powerful antioxidants, which have been found to protect your Leydig cells. And next up, we got boron, which is a trace mineral. Taking 10 milligrams of this, 5 milligrams has also been found to be beneficial. Unfortunately, NutriCost only has a 1 capsule containing 10 milligrams, so I'm just taking 10 milligrams of it. I like to cycle this one about 5 days, 2 days off. Again, that's with